I like to start with a bit of hot mic stuff. So I think...
How many of these had you done before?
One which didn't even get finished.
Okay.
But whenever
What was the film?
It was I Am Legend.
Oh, the tiger thing.
But it was because we got too drunk. I feel like we should introduce ourselves to a degree as well. Yeah. So just be like, I'm Fraser, I'm Tom. This week we're talking about Hot Fuzz. And then we can cut to a clip from Hot Fuzz or something, and then just get into the filming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you want to try that?
Sure, we can try that.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you had to pick one word to sum up Hot Fuzz, what word would you pick?
Well, that's tricky.
Because I've got my words.
Rewatchable.
Oh, that's a good
Very
one.
rewatchable.
I
must have seen it about 50 times at least, maybe 100, maybe more.
I thought you were going to say quotable.
Quotable.
Because
oh, it's very quotable too.
90% of your
Rewatchable.
language is Hot Fuzz quotes.
That's not true.
But
100%.
I would say it's a very efficient film.
It's very tightly packed. There's lots going on.
Everything is a joke.
Yeah.
Everything that can be a joke is a joke.
Which is why when you watch it the first time, you miss most of the jokes.
And the second time, and the third time. And that's why you have to watch it 100 times.
Exactly. That's if you keep finding something new every single time I watch it. We're starting to run a bit dry now after 100 watches, but it's still a great film.
Still finding potential Easter eggs.
Still finding potential Easter eggs,
which
apparently.
I think I found one that you haven't. So there's one scene where Danny is like rifling through the bargain bucket of DVDs.
He comes across Shaun of the Dead.
For fuck's sake! I was like, I saw it and I was like, yes,
please.
Tom won't have spotted this because I sort of, it was like
that's minor
so
league.
Quick. Oh. But yeah, I think it's a very efficient film. Everything that's a joke can be a joke. Everything that can be a joke is a joke. But also,
it's not in your face. They don't throw the humour down here.
Yeah.
The
way that they introduce characters and stuff, and the way that they introduce the village and all of that stuff is
very well
really
paced as well. Yep. And
so
doesn't turn sinister until at least
it needs to
40 minutes an hour into the film.
Yeah. So like when we first meet Sergeant Nicholas Angel, played by Simon Pegg. We see the first shot that we get of him is walking down that long corridor for ages, which is
great.
Brilliant. And then it's like loads of cuts about
This is when you watched it 50 times, you still don't get it, because it always comes in loud. I usually watch it with my headphones, and the audio kicks in so loud when he gets to the end of the corridor, and then it runs into this stream of montage of his achievements. Very achieving.
Which perfectly, the moment that perfectly sums him up for me in those achievements is there's a great cut between he does his advanced driving course, and he comes in and he skids and does that badass thing, and he looks into the camera, and then it's like advanced cycling, and he still looks as serious doing the cycling. It's set up, and this is the thing that I'm talking about, is like the reason that payoffs in this film are so satisfying is because they are set up. Like we have been invested in it for a long time. 2 hours for some of these jokes to pay off, but they do.
That's it. They all. There's jokes all, as we've said, there's jokes constantly throughout the film, but you're right about it. You get all this setup and then you have this quick action sequence. Where a lot of the jokes do pay off, and so it's very you've got good action, but then there's other things that you go, oh, I remember this, I remember that.
Yeah.
So it's all great.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's another thing, is that this film is full of references to movies and stuff. And it's to the point that when, jumping the gun here, but when he comes back at the very end, it turns into a western.
Yes.
I think he even rides in on town on a horse.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like constant references. I think there's a Chinatown reference at some point. I think he says to Danny, he's like, "Forget it, Danny. It's Sanford." Like,
Yeah,
as in,
yeah,
forget
yeah.
it, It's Chinatown.
Towards the end.
Forget it, Nicholas. It's Sanford.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
The film references were in the film.
Yeah.
Point Break and
Point
Bad Boys
Break,
2.
Bad Boys 2.
I watched Bad Boys 2 recently. Or was it just Bad Boys?
I don't.
I haven't seen Point Break.
I've not seen either of them.
Don't think I've seen Bad Boys 2. I think it was Bad Boys. I watched.
Having seen Hot Fuzz, though, I don't feel like I need
Don't
to.
think you kinda
I know what
kinda get
happens.
this. Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's
who made
something I don't know and I've never looked up. Do you know when he walks into? It's obviously a reference to a movie. It's a bit from some views. When he walks into the hotel, and she says, "I can see the heavens have opened," and he's and
yeah.
you've
No,
always been here. Don't know where that's from.
I don't know where it's from.
That's terrible.
Jackie, but you've always been here.
Excuse me.
Where I think Shaun of the Dead's a little bit clumsier. It's still very, very good film, but I think there's a lot of wastage. I think in Shaun of the Dead.
Here's my reason for perhaps preferring Shaun of the Dead is that I feel that there's more of an emotional impact in Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz, like, yeah, I'm on board with like the Sergeant Angel developing into like having a friendship and stuff.
Okay,
And like Danny and Frank. Yeah, okay, it's good. Like Shaun of the Dead is real hard hitting. Like when Nick Frost's character is sitting in that basement at the end of it, like that has me like in bits every time.
And you've also got what his stepdad dying.
Yeah.
His, all the
His
real
mom.
dad stuff. His mom. Blah, blah, blah. I get that, but that's like and I guess all the friends and the flatmate and stuff. I guess there's a lot more going on there, but I just think Hot Fuzz is a different type of film. They never even address any of those things. I think apart from maybe, well, because in Hot Fuzz, Danny's mum's died, and like this is why him and his dad are so close, blah blah. But that's not really part of the film. Really, they sort of tag it on at the end a wee bit, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that would be the criticism for Hot Fuzz in that sense, is that there is. I mean, I'm saying that as a criticism. I still do feel like there's an emotional impact, and I feel like it works, but it doesn't feel like it's been given as
not the
much
same,
attention,
I guess.
not as well developed in a film that everything else just feels like it's been
really well thought through.
Yeah.
I get that, but I think Shaun of the Dead is still a very good film, but it's just not quite as polished as Hot Fuzz.
Do you know what it feels like to me is that someone higher up, whatever Shaun of the Dead came out, and they gave him Hot Fuzz, and he came back with like a first draft, and they're like, okay, but we want something like you had in Shaun of the Dead. We want
You
something.
think they've asked him to put it in the end?
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
he just used it as a way to round the film off? He did something where a point to stop.
Maybe.
Here's a question. That last 10 minutes after the scene at the
It could be
little
10
village,
minutes shorter.
do you think it doesn't need it?
I think there's still
Where
like
they go back to the police station and they're all sitting there doing the work, and then you think all the action's over, and then the police station blows up.
I think that
Is that tagged on at the end, or is it?
it's kind of hard because I enjoy everything in this movie. Like those scenes, I enjoy them still, but it's 2 hours long. Like
It's a long film.
it's a long film for an
is it?
action comedy. It's 2 hours 1 minute long,
No, you're right.
and it does it need to have that like the.
I've never sat, and I've watched it plenty of times. Never sat and gone,
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I agree that whenever I was watching it, I was like, I wanted more.
Yeah.
But remembering it, and before I went into watching it, that was one of the things in my head. I was like, I can remember this film and how it could have been done. Like, it could have been finished 10, 15 minutes before it did.
So you don't get anything extra towards the end.
Yeah, especially the police station's blowing up. I don't really
Get the point of it.
Yeah, it feels like you have the finale, you have the model village, and then, you know what, even if you see them in the police station afterwards, I get something with them doing the paperwork, and it's like, it's a different atmosphere.
Doesn't need to blow up again, does it?
It's moved on, and then it's like, here's another bit of action. I'm just like, no, I feel like the ending, I don't need those last moments.
Yeah, I think that is maybe a fair criticism. The last 5-10 minutes, a little bit tagged on the end.
Mm-hmm.
But you do need something to tail off from the action. You can't just end it at the action.
Yeah.
I think, because a lot of these action films do just end after the big scene, like Bad Boys. I think the big climax happens and then they just walk away.
It's kind of badass.
Yeah.
So, now that we've gone through the whole film, I have a feeling that I know your answer to this already, but...
Definitely would watch again. Should have been made.
Rewatch it. If we had to keep like a handful of films from 2007, if every decade we have to like purge all the films and we're only allowed to hold on to like 5, is this one that you would...
It would certainly make my list. I don't know about everybody else. I don't know if it's everyone's cup of tea. I haven't found many people who don't like the film.
Yeah. I feel like I would keep it as well, but because stylistically, at least there's enough going on.
It's quite. It hasn't aged badly.
Yeah.
It doesn't look. Because it's this rural life thing, it's sheltered life thing. There's no technology in it or bits in it where you're just like, that doesn't happen anymore. What's that about? Blood
Splatter is a little bit low budget, but it works for me because it's like that ridiculousness, especially with the head explosion.
Yeah.
Like, as I said, I love that head explosion, and it does look a bit like it doesn't look real.
No.
But it doesn't need to. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I think this is one of the films that there's so much that it's enjoyable. That's the thing, is that it's really enjoyable. It is the sort of film that you can watch with almost anyone.
This is why I've watched it over and over again. It's just good fun.
You can watch it with almost anyone. You can watch it anytime. You can get anything you want out of it. But also, there is a lot of really good film stuff going on. Like, there's a lot of really good editing, cinematography.
You could say that about a lot of films, that they're just good to revisit and watch because they're trashy. Everyone likes a little trashy film, but there's a lot of good stuff to take from it. So, yeah. Definitely.
So,
we'd watch again.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Right, that'll do.
Cool. If anybody has watched this,
anyone
watches this and has seen something in the film that they think we may not have seen, especially me.
If you have Easter eggs, comment below. like, subscribe, and comment. No, don't do any of that shit.
But do comment below, leave it, or I don't know.
If there are Easter eggs,
whatever platform this is on, make a note.
That you don't think that we would know, tell us, because
always interested.
Yeah.
I think I've learned a couple today.